Well, hey, no fans for the man without a fan. This is Vader Saber 1984 coming to you real quick at almost 7 in the morning. It's been a long day. My main thing, other than my crazy night, boy, was it, is Uber driving and safety. Gonna need a drink with this one, folks, so pour one and get ready. I'm not an alcoholic. I'm just having a fucking drink at 6:30 in the morning because of a really crazy day that I had. Excuse me for using the F-bomb. I do apologize. It's not like anybody can really, comment or actually watches this, so. All right. So, first job, long day, slow, blah, blah, blah. Second job, did 3 hours straight. Was so because I drive Lyft and Uber. Strangely enough, I only had one Uber ride, and all of the rest were Lyft. Usually, Lyft is the not so much, and Uber is the other. But in my opinion, Uber rides are one of two things. People who don't want to pay all the fees that Uber provides. We're talking about Lyft here. But Lyft is a 80-20. Uber is a 70-30. So, but Lyft are two types of people. Those people who don't make a lot of money and don't want to pay the fees and all the BS. They just want to get home. Granted, foreigners are on that side and they don't know how to tip. Obviously. But everybody else that in my understanding and driving for this company have come to realize that most people in Lyft don't tip. They really don't. They're like, hey, you got your $5, your $3, we're done. Peace out. Meet a lot of good people, a lot of crazy people. Tonight was no different. Uber, like I said, does a 70-30 split. So Uber automatically takes 30% of your fare, plus their fees, taxes, and everything else that they put in there. So if you drive or if you take a Uber and your tab is $15 just for going less than 3 miles or 3 miles to 5 miles, the driver probably only gets $6 or $7. Just saying. The rest of it, if you don't tip, goes straight to them. It's just how it is, One thing I want to say is that if you take Ubers and Lyfts, please be careful. Please check the names, check the plates, make sure that they are taking you where you want to go. Don't be a backseat driver or a side seat driver saying, hey, go this way, go that way, go this way, unless they ask. Because nothing's more annoying than having a side seat or a backseat driver telling you where you should go when you've already driven that route and you know. But every now and again, it's like, okay, sometimes it helps because the pinpoint's wrong and or something else. So don't be a side seat or backseat driver. Being careful. All right, here's something that I mean, because there's a lot of news, a lot of people that go out there and see that somebody's taken advantage of or whatever, whether it's trafficking or that person doesn't show up or something. There's always something scary about it. And yeah, this is one of those gateway kind of gigs that the possibility is there. And for somebody that's that messed up, that creepy, that disturbed, shame on you. Okay. That's a terrible thing to do to somebody innocent that's trusting their life in your hands. I hate that. But for God's sake, whether you're a female or a male, check the license plate, make conversation with the driver, confirm their name, your name, where you're going. Keep them talking. Don't be a Karen. Don't be like, meh. Don't do that. Just get where you're going to, or sit there peacefully and humbly and just go home. But for the love of God, be safe. Okay? And this is what I'm going to tie into. Me being a very giving and caring person. I care more than I think. Sometimes I'll just do it. Tonight I picked up a rider under the name of a male pickup. It was not a male. It was a young female. And as soon as she gets in the car, she's weeping, bawling her eyes out. And I try and lighten the situation. All right, it's not good. Let's talk about it. Yada, yada, yada. And on the way to wherever she's going to go. And we get about halfway there. And then she notifies me and says, you know what? Just take me to my place. I don't have my keys. I don't have my phone. I don't have my purse. Has absolutely nothing. Informs me that she's had a rough night. Yes, she's been partying, whatever. So my job automatically is to get her home safe. And I told her, look, I'll take you wherever you got to go. Don't worry about it. Whoever is paying for it, don't worry about it. We'll get. Hey, no, sir. You get out of the captain's chair. You know better than that. Sorry, you tried to get in the captain's chair. You do not get in the captain's chair. That is the captain's chair. I'm not yelling at you. You're deaf. So right when we're pulling up, this person informs me with the question of, can you break into a house? What? Can you break into a house? I don't want to. I don't have a history of doing it. Can I? Possibly. But what do you really need to do? Well, I need to get in my house. My keys are gone. My purse is gone. My phone is missing. And mind you, she has used my phone for several calls. I even downloaded Snapchat for this person so she could call people from her contacts off of it. I don't have a Snapchat. I refuse. That's for 15-year-olds and people with no life or no direction and responsibility. That's just my opinion. You like it, that's on you. Doesn't mean I have to like you. And I'd tell her, I'll do my best. Do you have a window? Yeah, I've got two. All right. So we pull up in the parking lot. I pull out my tools and we go up the stairs, try and get in this apartment. And it's cold. I mean, it is bone chilling 15 degrees outside. Cold. And I'm trying to be as gentle as possible with the screen for the window. And, honestly, the window is moving a little bit. But I don't want to snap the glass. And I tell her, hey, I don't want to break the glass because the apartment complex is probably going to make you pay 10 times the amount of what this actually is. And she goes, well, can you try the door? All right. I try the door a little bit. Nothing. Go back to the window. And then a light shines back from the window with a camera. And I'm like, oh, hello. And I point to her. I'm like, hey, look, somebody's awake. Thinking maybe it's a roommate or something like that. No. She starts cussing out, flipping out. What are you doing in my house? Blah, 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 blah. All of this. And I'm sitting here like, okay. And then I stop and I go, wait a minute. Because I see two people in the house, both foreign, and on the phone with the cops. And I stop and I go, wait a minute, what is your apartment number? And she tells me, and I go, we are 201 off. What? I go, yeah, this isn't your apartment. Go. And I said, look, this guy is on the phone with the cops right now. He is going to have us arrested for trying to break into a house that you think, or an apartment that you think was yours, and it is not. And she goes, oh, okay, well, let's go find mine. Sorry, sir. I apologize. She thought this was her apartment. I do apologize. I'm very sorry. He's still on the phone. We're going down the stairs, and I said, look, I don't mean to be rude or anything, but get in my truck. Let's get out of here because I'm not going to jail for this. Anyways, so we drive around and we find where she thinks her apartment is, pull in, try the same thing again. Doesn't work. And she said, well, I'll pay the fee. Just kick my door in. What? Kick my door in. Break in. I'll tell them somebody broke into my apartment and they can take care of it. I don't want to do this. Please don't make me do this. I have nowhere else to go. Fine. I'm going to give it 3 kicks. And if it doesn't open, we got to figure out something else. I gave it 3, not super kicks, but enough to make the entire apartment complex shake. Let's say that. Doesn't open, but there is a gap in the door. I said, you know what? All right, I have an idea. Let's go to the car. Let's call the apartment complex. Try and get things situated. Get on the phone, call the apartment complex. It leads me to an emergency number, not 911 because they were probably already called. But I call that emergency number and somebody answered. And I said, hi, yes, I am so-and-so. And my friend locked her keys out of her house. We need to get in and want to see if there was a way for somebody to unlock it tonight. He goes, well, it's a $35 charge. I said, okay, what time would that be? He goes, I can be there in 5 minutes. Excellent. Okay. Well, he doesn't take card. He only takes cash. So I have to go to an ATM all the way across town, all the way back. Get there. He opens the door, gives me the key. No worries. Get in the house. And I tell her, I said, look, I'm not going to charge you for any of this. Matter of fact, your only fee uh, for all of this that I've done for you is to let me do two things. And she looks at me really shy. And I said, let me charge my phone for just a little bit. And if I could please use your bathroom because I really have to pee. She goes, oh, yeah, no worries. Come on. Go in the house and plug in my phone. I go to the bathroom. She introduces me to her cat. Not a cat fan. And I let my phone charge while I'm sitting there. And I'm like, I try. She's sobering up by this point. But I tell her, hey, I almost broke into a stranger's house because of your mistake. And this night could have gone way worse. But I'm happy that you're home. Here's my card. If you need anything, let me know. And she goes, well, when I get my phone back, I really do appreciate it. And I'll fast cash you some money or whatever. I was like, look, I'm just glad that you're okay. Now, the story behind the story. If I were anybody else other than me as a red-blooded male with a inebriated, beautiful, blonde-haired, I couldn't tell her eye color, but definitely not dressed for 15-degree weather, female. For anybody else, that would not be the situation. Somebody else probably would have done something way out of context and way wrong. Am I happy that this person allowed me to help them? Yes. I'm happy I got to help. The only thing is she didn't know my first name. She didn't ask me. She didn't introduce me. I asked for her parents if she had anybody. No, nothing. If I were a trafficker or anything along the lines of a creep, that girl would have been in trouble. I am not that person. I love to help people. I do it blindly a lot of times, stupid as it may seem, and get myself in trouble sometimes. But I do it just to help people. I don't want anything out of it. A thank you. That's it. And my stick behind all of this is please be careful. If you drive Uber, if you take Uber, if you drive Lyft, take Lyft, whatever it may be very careful. If you're inebriated, under the influence, or anything like that, please be careful. Please have a contingency plan. Please have somebody else that you can call if something like this were to happen. And I feel terrible for the fact of everything that we had to go through tonight or this morning to get her in her home, for everything that I, went through. That poor couple that thought I was breaking into their house. Feel absolutely terrible. But not everybody, not everybody has good intentions. They don't. There are some people out there that all they want is just an open opportunity, and it's a dangerous world out there. It really is. And God bless this little girl. I mean, she had a son that she was telling me about. She was supposed to pick him up tomorrow. This and that and the other. And you know what? I'm sorry. That girl right there, if it were anybody else, could have been in a lot of trouble. And I just want everybody out there that watches this to realize that no, not every Uber driver or Lyft driver is a creepo or trying to get something out of it or do you harm. But they are out there, and just be careful. Okay, it really bothers me that um, that somebody would just interject themselves to trying to break into an apartment and it be okay, and or allow this person in their house or anything like that. But desperate measures are called upon desperate instances sometimes, and um, I don't think that anybody should ever do that. Uh, I'm just glad that person is safe, and be careful out there. Just be careful, because you never know who is out there and wants to take advantage. But on the other hand, don't judge everybody like they are your enemy, because there are some good people in this world that just want to help. And there's been several times that I have tried to go out of my way just to help somebody, and they think that I'm a creepo, or they call somebody for help, or, ask me to drop them off. I'm just a guy that wants to help, but not everybody's like that. So, guess we're going to go ahead and leave that for this week's YouTube video. I hate that cliche of, hey, if you like the video, hit a like, hit the subscribe button, blah, 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 share. I hate that. But I absolutely have nobody that watches this other than 5 of my friends. So, take care of yourself. Take care of one another. Love and love others, but be careful when you do it. And be safe out there. That's all I got for this one. And I'm already sleep deprived. So, Vader Saber, 1984. The man without a fan. Coming to you and just saying, when it comes to Uber rides, be careful. God bless.